Hey everyone, so today I just want to do this quick video on this HyperLoRA for ComfyUI that I found. I've been trying to do a lot of face swapping, but every software I found is either too difficult to set up or it takes too long. So you just train LoRA and have 20 something images. This one works with just a single image. You don't need to train anything. And I just found that it works pretty well. So I wanted to just share that with you guys. So I created this page on my website. You can see it here. I'll also link this in the just YouTube video description so you can have reference. But I'll just walk through this today and show you guys just how easy it is to set up. So here, in this directory, I just have a fresh install of Comfy. It has the ComfyUI manager installed, and that's about the only changes that it has in here. It doesn't have any other custom nodes or anything. So we use that to try it. So if you go to my document, so the first thing is the setup. You can see here I linked to the original page. This is the page for the developers of the software. And if you want to, you can go read in here. I mean, it's kind of detailed, but this diagram kind of just shows you what happens. So they take this reference images here, it processes it with STXL, and depending on your prompt, you can have different images of your reference image. So if you scroll down here, there's some directions here. My page, I kind of simplified this a little bit, so hopefully it's a little easier to understand. But if you find the same issues with my page, you can come back here and check it out. And then down here, you can kind of see some examples of how it works. You see the little reference image in the corner and then the resulting image. And to me, they all look pretty good. And so, yeah, that's should be good software to use for you if you want to do a face swap. Okay, so let's go back to my page here. Okay, let's move this so we can see. So first thing, we need to go to the ComfyUI models directory. In my case, I have it stored here. In your case, it's probably under the ComfyUI installation, but you can find it, see what it is. So this is just a basic ComfyUI model directory. So what you want to do is you want to create a HyperLoRA. So it's just, you got to note that the description of the software is HyperLoRA with no underscores, but in the directories, you have to put an underscore. So hyper_LoRA. Okay, so just go in there. And now we need to download the HyperLoRA models. The simplest way I found is if on your Windows is to use this Hugging Face downloader. So to do that, you can just type this in the prompt, or not in the prompt, the command prompt. And winget install is HF downloader. So just do that. Okay, so I already have it installed since I did this earlier, but if you should, for you, it'll download it. And, once it's downloaded, you can start using it. And then to use it, all you have to do is you type the command name, and then you give it ByteDance Research HyperLoRA, and this is where the model files are stored. So as you can see, it's just downloading everything now. And then we store it in another directory called HyperLoRA. So let's just let this go, and then I'll come back in a minute. Yeah. Okay, so that's now completed. So if we look in here, not to copy. I don't know why this happened, but if this happens to you, you just need to rename this to HyperLoRA. Okay, so now we have HyperLoRA. So there's a nested HyperLoRA and then a nested HyperLoRA. Okay, so we can go in here and then you can see here's the model files are in here. So if we look in that, you see it has these 4 files. So downloaded successfully. If you're not on Windows, I provided, you just need to get these 2 directories and copy them. So you can find that on the original source page where that's located. Oh, so right here, you can go here. And if you look at the files, you'll see these are the edit and the fidelity ones. So you want to download those. And then down here, I showed what the tree is supposed to look like. So we created this HyperLoRA directory here. This is just from the downloads. So you can ignore these. These are not needed. And these assets are not needed. What you really need is this one and this one. We saw that was already in there. And then, so we got those. So now we need to get these files too. So this is in the main HyperLoRA directory. You need to download these files. So I linked them all right here. So it's easy for you to find them. So let's just paste all of those in there. And we can just save that. Save that. Come back here, get this config.json. And save that. And then here's the main model file. We put that down on this. Okay, so that might take a little while, but while that's downloading, let's go back here. So we can see, so in our main HyperLoRA directory, so here it is. So now we need to create these files right here. So to start with, we can just create this clip processor. So make a clip processor directory, and then make this clip bit directory. And then let's work on the clip processor. So we need to make this directory inside of that. And now we need to copy the file that we just downloaded. And the file, and so this one we need processor config. Okay, so we take that, and then we'll just open another Explorer, copy that into there. And now let's go to this one, clip bit. I'll go back up. This one. And for this one, we need to create this directory. Go in there. And now we need to put these two files in here. Okay, and we can see from my download, they're now done. So we can just copy this file, these two files, and then go back to our local copy, or we could just go here and just start. So we're in this, make sure we're in the correct directory. So now we can just copy these two over here. Okay, so now we have this. Those all these. Okay, so we should have everything. I think we copied everything correctly. So to verify, you can just go to the root of your HyperLoRA directory and go to tree.f. And this is going to show you your tree structure. And it should match what's shown here. So we're already in the HyperLoRA directory, so it won't show this, but from everything below. So we can see clip processor, these directories. So we see this file. We see these two files here. These files don't matter. And then we see these edit and fidelity directories with all the files shown here. So it looks like we have everything set up there. So I noted that here. Just make sure you check it. The next step, we need this Antelope V2 model. So we can just hit this link here. And we can download that. It's fine. And if you're wondering where I got that file from, it's linked on this page here. This is the Google Drive download for Antelope V2. Okay, so Antelope V2 is now downloaded. Let's go back to my document. So extract the files and place them shown below. Okay, so yeah, So we need to go. So let me copy this file. And then we will go back to our models directory. And create the Insightface directory if you don't already have it. If you don't have it, so create it. And then here, you want to create a models folder. And then in here, just paste your zip file and then right click on it and extract it. Okay, its file name is correct. It created a directory and we can, oh, sorry about that. It's actually not what we're supposed to do. So it has a nested directory. So we can just call this old. And then in here, this is the directory we want. So let's copy it here. Okay, so now if we go into Antelope v2, we see all the files and they match what is in here. Okay, so then these two we can get rid of. Okay, so Antelope v2 should be created. Now we need to get the workflows. So the easiest way is to just clone this repo here. And if you don't already have Git, you can run this command to install it. So if I just do that, oh, I guess I didn't have it on this machine. I have the other Git, I think. But I already have Git, so we don't really need to do that. But if you don't have it, you can do that. So now I'll just go up. If you just make a temp directory, you can make this wherever you want. It doesn't really matter. And then I will git clone this directory. And then if you go in here, you can see the assets. And then here, the workflows you're going to need. Okay, so we did this one. Okay, then the developer said it doesn't work on every SDXL model. I mean, you can definitely try it if you have a model that you like, but I recommend just downloading this one. This is the one that they said they tested on. They downloaded, they used this 4.0 baked model. So if you go to the link, so we're on 4.0 baked VAE. This baked VAE just means that you don't need a separate VAE. It's all just built into this one model. So I'll hit download on that. And so once that's going, so we're going to want to place it in our models checkpoint directly. So let's go back. So let's just stay. Let's open another window. So we need to go to models and checkpoints. So you're going to want to put it in here. So we'll let that download come go, and then I'll probably just be back in a minute. Looks like it won't take too long. Okay, so the RealViz has downloaded. So open that up. And now we'll go back to the checkpoints folder. I'll open the window here. So I can just drag it in there. So we'll put this. Okay, so now in our checkpoints folder, we have this RealViz model. Close these. Okay, so we did that step. Now let's go start ComfyUI. Okay. And okay, so I'm just running a different, I have a script that installs Comfy from scratch and shows all the model directories and things. That's why my folders look a little bit different than a default. If you want to find out about that script, let me know in the comments and I can link you to the scripts. Okay, so ComfyUI is now running. So what we need to do is we need to go back. Well, let's see what the directions say. So it says down. Okay, so yeah, now we need to go to the assets. So the earlier git clone of this ComfyUI HyperLoRA. So just go into the assets folder. And I'll just start an Explorer here so we can just drag and drop it. And if we go back to ComfyUI, so they have quite a few different workflows. I haven't tried with these, like this concept slider, control net. I've just tried with this face detailer and it's giving me good results. But yeah, go ahead and try these other ones. If you find they work, let me know. And I'd like to find out about those. But let's just do this one for now. Okay, drag this in. So it's going to be missing all of these custom nodes. So I just cancel out of that, go into this manager, and then click this install missing comfy nodes. So it found these custom nodes that you need. So just click this one at the top, just select them all, and then hit install. Okay, it'll go through installing them. And then after you do that, notes you need to restart. So hit the restart button, confirm. Now it will restart itself. And we can go back to the ComfyUI window. You can see that see what it's doing here. It's kind of nice to look in here and just see if you see any obvious errors. There shouldn't be in this case, but sometimes the more complicated custom modes that cause errors, I just like to know about them so you can try and fix them. But a lot of this stuff is just warnings. You can mostly just ignore those warnings. Okay, so I'm not sure how long this takes, but it might take a little bit to install. It looks like it's downloading some models. Okay, so it's back now. So we need to refresh the browser. So we're just go here, start over, refresh it. So now, looks like all the nodes are found. It didn't find anything. What you can do to test, just hit run to start with. Okay, so hit run. It'll show you the errors that have node. There's these these red icons around them, or borders around them. So we need to fix that. So easiest one to fix this is load checkpoint. So they renamed it. So just click it. You should see the RealViz model that we downloaded earlier. So just select that. And then this load image, we need to fix that. So go back to your ComfyUI HyperLoRA and go into the assets folder. And they have the sample images, reference images they use. So use this ID02. Just drag that in there. Now you should just be able to hit run again. So hit run. Okay, so you see now that turned green. Both of those turned green, so they're good now. And it will just start going through the process. K-sampler now. And these are all default settings. I haven't changed any of these, so you can play around with them if you want, but it's good to just test against the reference workflow first. And there we go. So that looks pretty good. She looks like she's now in a wedding dress because you can see that the prompt was a young woman wearing a wedding dress at church. And it looks like it did it. You have to put these at the beginning to trigger the HyperLoRA. So just make sure you always have these. They should be in all the workflows that they have, so you won't really forget. Just don't accidentally delete these because it won't work. And then we can look at the image that we got. So we got this image. And if we go back to the main HyperLoRA screen page, they have this reference image. And that looks pretty similar to that. I mean, there's maybe a few little differences, but not many. So if you can get this image, you know it works. So yeah, we successfully installed it and create an image. So if you got any issues with it, just leave a comment on the YouTube video and I will respond to everything. I just like helping people out. So otherwise, if it worked great, then have a good day and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks. Bye.